Hey everybody. Valentine's is coming up this weekend and I am going to I don't have a special someone to make sweet treats for, so I'm going to make a sweet treat for myself. I'm going to make a chocolate covered strawberry cake. And chocolate covered strawberries are one of my favorite sweet treats. So why not turn it into a cake and make it even better? Alright, so we are going to start with a stick of melted butter. I've already melted that into my bowl. And to this we are going to add 2 teaspoons or however much we want of vanilla. That's about 2 good splashes worth. I'll mix that in good. Now we're going to add a cup of buttermilk. Two large eggs. Everybody knows by now watching my videos I have miniature eggs laid by my silkies that I use, so I'm going to add 4. One. Now, 1.5 cups of sugar. This is a 1/2 cup measure. That's 1.5 cups. Almost added too much. Now, before we do our dry ingredients, the last ingredient that we're going to add to this cake before we put it in our pans to bake is boiling water. So I'm going to start my water in my kettle just so that can get going while I finish adding my dry ingredients here. Alright, dry ingredients. I need a 1/2 cup of cocoa powder. Two cups of flour. Two cups. 1 tablespoon of baking powder. What is this? It'll be extra fluffy. Half a teaspoon of baking soda. Half a teaspoon of salt. Only measured that because I had the measuring spoon out. Normally I use a pinch. And that's it. So I'm just going to kind of mix these around with my hand a little bit. I don't believe in getting 2 bowls dirty just to mix our dry ingredients and our wet ingredients. Alright. Get these mixed together. This is going to be thick because we've still got to add a cup of the boiling water. Ignore my background music. That would be the baby chicks having fun in their little playpen. My water is ready. We're going to add 1 cup of boiling water. And we're going to add this kind of slowly. Adding that boiling water in gradually so that it gets incorporated and doesn't splash all over me. I should have used a bigger bowl. And we are mixing this until it is smooth. We're not going to leave any lumps or clumps in it this time. Alright. That is mixed smooth. Now we are going to add it to our cake tins. I've got 2 aluminum cake tins here that have been sprayed with cooking spray, and I'm going to add my cake mix over into them and try to get them even as possible. About halfway up. I have my oven preheated to 350 degrees, and we're going to add these into the oven and let them cook for about 30 to 35 minutes until a toothpick comes out clean. Because these are aluminum pans, I'm going to put them onto a baking dish just so that they don't spill in my oven. Throw it in. Alexa, start a timer for 30 minutes.
30-minute timer started.
Okay, while the cake is cooking, I'm going to get our strawberries ready. These are going to go in the center between the 2 cakes, so we're going to macerate these, which just means letting them sit for a little while with sugar and lemon juice until they get kind of juicy. I'm trying to think how big I want them. Should cut them into like eighths, so like each half cut into 4 pieces. And I need 2 cups of strawberries. Hopefully I have enough here. I'd like to have enough to put a couple on top, but we'll see. Probably should have got a 2-pound box instead of 1-pound box. Probably also should have not eaten some of them last night. Save my strawberry tops. My chickens love them. Okay, we've got our 2 cups of strawberries. I'm going to add those to my bowl. Now I am going to add 1 tablespoon. Jesus. Oh, got it. Now I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. And a 1/4 cup of sugar, which this is a 1/2 cup measurement, so half of that. Just gonna eyeball it. Half. Mix that up. What's going to happen is that sugar and that lemon juice are going to do some kind of a reaction with the strawberries, and they're going to get nice and juicy and soft and delicious. So we're just going to leave this sitting out until our cake is done, and then while our cakes are cooling, we're going to put this in the refrigerator so that it can kind of firm up a little bit before we put it on top of our cake, or in between our cake, betwixt them. All right. garnish that down a little bit. And I was able to save a couple of good strawberries that will be, they're good shape for chocolate covered strawberries. So I'll dip these in the chocolate before I spread it on top, and those can be our garnish. Alright, now we just wait on the cakes to get done and cool. Chocolate covered strawberry cake for the love of your life, or for yourself because you are the love of your life. I'm gonna pop this in the fridge and let it completely set up because my parents are coming over to try these. Isn't it beautiful? Oh, beautiful.